that can hardly be moved, that can just constantly surround yourself in that armor, in that like super armor state, then that's scary. As we might be seeing 2 heavies.
Oh,
Now
Bowser is one of the most buffed characters from doubles.
I have seen enough gameplay from the twins to
Yeah,
know how devastating Bowser can be in this double situation.
I like how common that phrase. Everyone says the twins and they know exactly what they're talking about, and it's not Lucky and Love.
That's what I find funny. Yeah, we have 2 sets of twins in the Midwest. Why are there 2 of them? But now, both of these teams, they want to make themselves known. They're not twins, but they might be on the same wavelength as the twins.
Yeah, you never know who you're gonna get, especially if it's unfamiliar players like you were mentioning. That's my favorite part about Arcadians is spotlighting, right? You never know who you're gonna run into, and it could be someone maybe they're in a more a closer region to here, they're from Madison, Milwaukee, but they don't really know about those tournaments, and they're like, yeah, I don't want to go to those because it's full of PR players and it's too competitive, and this is hey, no one ranked is here, right? So you have more breathing room. You're going to be fighting more people closer to your skill level, at least more likely to, right? So you see people come out you never see at these other events.
And speaking of breathing room, it seems like this red team has not been giving each other all too much breathing room. I believe that NHAL-FED was actually going to take the first stock against their teammate, and now suddenly we're at relatively even sauce for the most part, but it has felt like the K Rule doing whatever they want show.
Yeah, I mean, this poor Zero Suit is to run around. I'm looking at the screen and you see Charizard, Bowser, K Rool, and Zero Suit. It's one of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong.
One of these things is the character that's just so good in singles. And all these other characters, they have their benefits in doubles. A lot of their weaknesses do get shortened. I feel like the weaknesses of ZSS really don't get exacerbated all that much.
I mean, no, Zero Suit is, I think people downplay Zero Suit. She's the most downplayed character in the game, I swear. She is beyond strong, I think, in both doubles and singles, because her mobility is one of the peak of mobilities, in the game. And just her damage output solid. Her team follow-up is great. She has great placement. Again, her mobility lets her get to places faster, whether it's helping your teammate or following up on something. She has really strong kill moves if you with a high base knockback, like boost kick. I glanced to say boost kick at you, and then I looked back and I saw the ending of a Flare Blitz.
This Flare Blitz is good. This Flare Blitz was just coming out of the heavens. As now the blue team is relatively sitting pretty with 2 stocks apiece. You were talking as well about the mobility of ZSS. I have a feeling though that Bowser in this game, he is that tortoise that is seen in the story of the tortoise and the hare. This tortoise is fast for no apparent reason.
I know. Heavies in this game are really quick sometimes. Bowser and Charizard can run across the stage faster than most other characters.
They're so quick, and the Charizard though willing to get immediately under there and use that speed to get that stock and at least give a little bit of breathing room to this red team.
Try to get the Flare Blitz to punish that the Bowser Bomb.
No,
that's not Bowser Bomb, whatever it's called, Bowser. People call it the Koopa Clutch, and I know that's not what it's called. Whirling Slam, I think is what it's called.
I forget the names of moves so much. But now we're back into that 1v1 situation. As now the Bowser wants to try and prevent that. I like this blue team's the rationale of saying, let's not do the 1v1s. We want to try and get our big kills. We want to use the fact that we can link off of Bowser. He is the walking hitbox to get a bunch of these big combos off.
K Rool Mare is going to gimp him. He's going to share the stock though. Just in time too as the Charizard's taken out. So now it is K Rool versus a healthy Bowser, which is incredibly difficult, but I think it's definitely, yeah, okay. Quick F tilt on the counter.
I was gonna say I was a little concerned regarding taking that stock with CSS at such a high percent, but that was the perfect time to do it when you have the other opponent off to the side, when you can get it so that way it's in a relatively safe spot, and that way you can reset and get back to that traditional 2v2 or choose whether you want to go into those 1v1 situations.
Right. They both do some adjustments. Again, I have no idea how deep any of these players character pools are, whether there'll be any switches, any secondaries, any pockets, anything like that. So I'm curious, but I imagine people will stay. There you go. Correction of the K Rool ult. That's the superior one, in my opinion. I like the gold K Rool. I think the gold and black is sleek.
Look, personally, I'm a fan of the pink K Rool. There's just something,
okay.
There's something that I like about what I affectionately call Barney the dinosaur.
So yeah, say what you want about Ultimate's newcomers and how good or bad they are. They tend to have really good alternate colors.
No, you're actually speaking.
Like Plant has good ones, Inkling has good ones, Incineroar has great ones, K-Rool's got good ones, Ridley's got really good ones. Like, they really did a good job with the aesthetics for these characters. I just wish any of them were good.
Oh, the original newcomers and Ultimates, like, you know, before the DLC. We don't see too much DLC on the stage right now, which is why this is such a fun set to commentate. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, you don't get to see these kind of characters very often, especially K-Rool. And weirdly enough, I don't see many Pokemon trainers anymore. Like,
they are
other than Sword. I mean, Solo's been attending a bit more, which I'm really happy to see. I really like watching his Pokemon trainer, but like, even like at a high level, like, Quid's not really going to a whole lot, I don't think. And then who else plays PT at like a high level? That's an insane K-Rool forward smash, by the way. That was a great call out.
And I think, like, you know, Jane Doe is like, you know, the Pokemon trainer in this case, correct? I hope I'm not, like, you know, speaking that correctly, but Jane Doe is trying to, like, you know, put this character onto the map as well. Yeah,
NHAL-FED's trolling us. NHAL-FED's the Charizard somehow. Jane Doe's somehow the K-Rool. No, that'd be my guess is it would be Jane Doe on the Charizard at the moment.
See, now I'm even more confused, though, because ZSS is the one with the tag NF.
Yeah, I know. You'd think they'd be NHAL-FED, wouldn't you?
Oh no, the Charizard almost gonna, like, you know, take out their own team at this case, and now we're down to, like, you know, 3 heavies right now. Happy to stick with the Charizard, and ZSS is looking a little bit out of line. They are the one that looks different from this lineup.
The classic Nair Flare Blitz. The only way to avoid that is to tech roll in, I believe. So yeah, tech in place, you are not going to survive that Nair Flare Blitz. I love Charizard, not just like the Pokemon in general, but like Smash Bros. Charizard. Look at all the effects on his moves, like the fire effects and like the way his hitboxes look. He's one of the most like best visually designed characters in this game. Like everything he does is so fluid and clean. He just looks great. I love watching Charizard.
I'm not gonna lie, this Charizard is, like, you know, giving me
kinda
reminders to a Charizard he used to play with, and with the jump call out with that dare to get a spike, I am definitely getting flashbacks. Red team wants to also seal this out fully in their favor.
Yeah, very, very one-sided this time around.
Oh my god!
Cannon Flare Blitz.
The blunderbuss into the flare. What is this new technology?
I love it. This is the stuff you never get to see if you play singles. Like, it's not nearly as cool watching Charizard like, I'm gonna back throw, air dodge read Flare Blitz. Like, that's like, okay, good call out. That was awesome. I love that.
One of my favorite things is that I would see, like, at some big Midwest regionals or whatnot, I would see, like, doubles teams, and they would literally just be, like, practicing the most niche confirms. I remember back in, like, early 2019, I would see players like Seth from Chicago and Atada, and they would be labbing out, like, you know, Yoshi down air into Ness, like a PK rocket off of the top sort of combos. And then you see stuff like this, and this just gets me hyped. This gets my blood pumping.
It's so cool, because, like, there wasn't even, like, yeah, it was I think a confirm. That looked like a confirm. But, like, there's still a lot of risk. If you miss that Flare Blitz, like, you die. Like, you're not making it back if you miss the Flare Blitz, you know? You're cooked.
Okay, but here's the thing. Well, what if? That's the big question.
Right.
Is you always have to just ask, like, yeah, I could do the safe thing, but what if?
Yeah, and it paid off that time for sure, and I definitely was a fan. I hope they take more risks like that in the future, because that always makes games much more exciting.
Speaking of exciting, though, this doesn't seem exciting this second for the Bowsers. They're kind of caught in between, but now willing to assert their own stage presence at that point and get a lot of these side Bs off and get so much damage. But the teammates has been, like, really, really doing a good job to interrupt that side B before it gets too out of hand.
Yeah, I think one of the things, too, when you're playing with a lot of big bodies and a lot of heavies, is whoever kind of takes the first stock has the potential to start snowballing the game really out of control, because when you're such a big body, like, if you die earlier, that means your combo food, like, you spawn in, like, the big juiciest steak ever that anyone wants to munch on, because, oh, I want to hit that guy because that means I can hit him, like, 5 more times in a row and it'll look cool, right? You can just keep hitting them because they're heavy and they're really big. So if you die first, like, already seeing the K-Rool died first, and look, he's already at 70%, and now he's at 80, like.
Where are we all dying? Where are we all dying? We're going up, we're going down, we're going everywhere.
Off the side, yeah. Bowser squished his teammate on accident. He took K-Rool, and Zero Suit cannot handle that much weight.
I will say, like, you know, I find it interesting that the Pokemon trainer we have seen no Squirtle whatsoever. It has been primarily with this Ivysaur. It has
I'm
been
not playing Squirtle into any of these people.
No, but here's the thing. There's a lot of, like, you know, cases where you would, like, you know, love to have, like, a heavy to go against. It's almost like you're, like, you know, complaining that your steak is too juicy. Your combo game is too good.
If he full hopped that that up throw, I think the Bowser was just dead.
Down there as well, but good spot dodge as this Ivysaur is, like, you know, tanking quite a bit. Being the necessary stock tank if red team does want to take this at this point. Back throw.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in a very good spot. I don't think they're really at a deficit at all with how healthy the Ivysaur is.
You know, I gotta say that was really nice, like from the K rule to capture the
Yeah.
cabbage dot before it got launched across that stage. He said, "Get back out there. You're the one who's edge guarding, not me."
Go edge guard. Oh, look at the damage. I mean, yeah, Ivysaur up air is so strong. It was a little unfair.
Good stall as well coming out from the K roll. A little bit of an extra flip kick. This could be bad for the ZSS.
Yeah, if Zirsu goes down here, the Bowser and the Zirsu are going to be in a tough spot.
And yeah, the K rule is going to be dying though. And yeah, Ivysaur not looking too bad in terms of percent, but this could be spell disaster if Bowser decides to take some side B, something to just kill this Ivysaur.
Dude, Ivysaur grabs you on a platform, and my heart, like, jumps in my throat, bro. I see him go up there, and I'm like, dude, you die to 2 up airs. I don't care what percent you're at. You're, like, past 15. Up throw, up air kills you. So you got to be so careful. I'm shocked he's still Ivysaur. Okay, yeah, go switch to the Charizard now.
They're all trying to, like, you know, throw into the ZSS to get some sort of combo, but not going to be able to fully pan out. And yeah, these Bowsers, both these, like, you know, like, all these players, they're looking for those confirms. They can't quite get it.
Do not get hit by that. Okay. If you dropped your shield and they both died to that side B, I would have been so sad for NHAL-FED and Jane.
Bro really just rang the special deal at the pick and save to get that extra coupon. I remember seeing a tweet back in 2019 calling that back throw the supermarket sweep. And that is the best name for a throw I have ever
Yeah,
heard.
I've heard